So apparently all my old friends think I've changed. They say I'm too positive now, my demeanor isn't the same. Apparently I'm fake because I surrounded myself with people that genuinely care about me and got my head on straight to telling me I'm different. Because I refuse to listen to the same foolishness that enslaved the way that I think. I told them I no longer want to be famous, I want to be great. So you can hate, but I have to liberate myself from people like you. It's real hard to try to pull somebody up, but it's real easy to let them down. I can almost hear the sound of betrayal lingering behind my back. In fact, Mama always told me no matter what you do, somebody is gonna hate you for it. Jesus had haters. So that just taught me never expect everybody to love you. I mean, they hating on me now, but imagine what they'll say next when I actually reach my apex out, break necks and hopefully get some paychecks. But don't tell me I changed because I decided to better myself, especially when they're doing the same old things in middle school that got us in trouble. Nothing I ever did with them was productive. Seeing cops and ducking, I was stuck in a life that I didn't want to live. Picture this, me. Only in 8th grade, trying to fit in with my peers, trying to strike fear in other people's heart by playing the infamous part of a young thug. Hiding drugs inside of a bag of Doritos, cause we know security had authority to check the ones we had on our back. No one didn't guide me in the right direction, so I was causing all sort of problems. I was buying Zephyr Hills every day, just to pour it out and put clear vodka in a water bottle. It was crazy. I was trying to act just as hard as this liquor in my hand, and with each sip I took, I felt more like a man. Only in 8th grade trying to run the streets with the go-getters. Had my head on a swivel cause I didn't know if the police was gonna get us because we was looking for random people to jump like newlyweds over a broom, but we didn't get down on one knee and put rings on wives. We punched in teeth and left rings on eyes. It's crazy cause we used to steal and rob from so many innocent people unaware that we was robbing from ourselves. I was robbing myself from greatness, robbing myself from an education, robbing myself from the simple fact that I just don't have to be black and sit back and adapt to my unfortunate surroundings. I found things to express myself with, but sadly, they didn't. I'm still tripping off the day the cops stopped the 4 of us and lined us down on the ground. It wasn't a sound. My heart continued to pound like added on weight, but wait. It's ironic how I had no problem trying to steal until the steel was wrapped around my wrist. Why was I okay with my future being at risk? Now, down on that ground, I felt so isolated, like I was the only criminal at the crime scene, trapped at the crime scene, trying to wiggle myself out of a sticky situation, but trouble had me trapped, and this time I wouldn't escape it. Well, at least I thought. I still remember his name. Officer Santiago gave us a 10-minute long speech, and then he asked me to speak, and when I did, he stopped with his eyes pierced through me. His face lit up like sunlight beaming through a window, awakening a child that had been asleep. He said, son, you don't belong here. He let me go and didn't even let me know why I cried the whole walk home. Tears ran down my cheek like I ran from the police, but that was 3 years ago. Now each and every one of them is doing 30+ years. I could not make this story up. Poetry saved my life. I have a voice. I'm destined to alter lives. I really don't have a choice, so maybe they're right. I have changed. But at least I'm not in prison, wishing for my freedom. As harsh as it sounds, man, I wouldn't want to beat them. Anticipating 3 meals a day, waiting for somebody else to feed them. Locked away from children, mothers that really need them. So I won't be on Twitter yelling #freedom, and I won't be on anybody's visitation list trying to see them. So they can call me every insult in the book, but I bet they can't call me inmate 14689 or much more than just a number. So while he's fighting his lawyer fees, I'll be writing my poetry. So instead of getting mad and fight about it, I sit back and write about it. So sad. Regardless of all the things you said, I forgive you. No matter how many times he told me I was going to end up just like him, I just wish he can see me now. I just wish he can see me smile and how I turned my whole life around. While he just wanted to pivot, I'm actually living well. He's just alive. My future has no limitations in the sky. I'm living proof that poetry changes lives.